Hey everybody, welcome to our channel Living in Richmond, Virginia, where we show you exactly what it's like to live, work, eat, and play right here in RVA.
You may notice our background is different, and that's because we're finally in our new home office. Since we just went through the building process ourselves, we thought we'd share 19 negative things that no one tells you about building your next home.
In the first part of this video, we're going to tell you the 12 major cons related to new construction and stay to the end for 7 hidden expenses that could cost you $10,000 or more out of pocket.
If this is your first time to our channel, welcome. I'm Taylor Jefferson.
And I'm Sarah Jefferson.
And we own and operate Jefferson Grove Real Estate.
We have helped lots of families relocate to Richmond, and if you're thinking about doing the same, be sure to download our free Richmond relocation guide. It's full of useful information all about Richmond and the surrounding areas. The link is in the comments below and on our banner image.
If you haven't done so already, you have to subscribe to our channel because every week we'll be posting new videos all about living in Richmond, including more pros and cons lists, neighborhood tours, fun things to do in RVA, and more. Now, with all that being said, let's dive into today's video all about the negatives with new construction. We struggled a little bit about how best to structure this video. Should we make it a pros and cons video? Should we stick only to hidden expenses or some flavor in between? Ultimately, we chose to focus only on the cons of new construction since we think the pros are pretty obvious. I mean, it's brand new and you get to design it how you want. And usually those two reasons are enough for most people to look past all the other negatives, ourselves included. But all of these cons are important factors to consider and think about before you decide to build.
So we are going to start with the most obvious downside, and that's the price. New construction homes are always more expensive than established resale homes. And something else to keep in mind is that the prices you see online for new construction homes are usually just the base price before any upgrades.
This brings me to the next negative. With new construction, you'll be giving lots of options and opportunities to upgrade certain materials and selections from what is included by the builder in the base price. These are called upgrades. Think of additions like screened-in porches, extra bathrooms, alternate layouts, upgrading the flooring, the countertops, tile selections. The list goes on and on. If you ever tour a builder's model home, you should be aware that practically everything you see before you is an upgrade. So here are a few tips. 1. Be sure to ask the sales agent how much the model home cost and for a printout of all the upgrades in the model. 2. Ask what features and selections are included at the base price. And 3. You should visit the builder's design center so that you can compare what's included to what's an upgrade, which will help you get a good idea where you'll realistically end up with final price.
Another negative is that there is likely some type of compromise regarding the location of the new neighborhood. For instance, in Richmond, most of the best areas have already been developed, so builders have limited options as to where they can build new communities. So either the neighborhood is further away from where you want to be, or you will pay a premium to be in a great location. Additionally, builders try to maximize their profit by squeezing in as many homes as they can, so lot sizes are generally on the small side.
New construction may not even be an option for you if you're on a very specific timeline. In a normal market, you should expect a 4 to 8 month build time, but because of supply chain issues and labor shortages, those numbers are now 8 to 12 months. And every builder is different, so you definitely want to ask what their anticipated build time is so that you can make plans around that.
Even with a longer than usual build timeline, there could be delays due to unforeseen complications. So be sure to have some flexibility regarding your move-in date and have a backup plan just in case your build experiences delays.
Something else to keep in mind with that build time and potential delays is that if you're getting a mortgage, you usually can't lock in your interest rate when you sign your contract. So rates could be great when you sign, but by the time you can lock in the rates, they may have gone up. When budgeting and looking at your potential monthly payment, try to buffer in rates that are higher than expected, just in case.
If you already own a home and you want to build, you may have to move twice, and the logistics around the move are something you should be thinking about. You might have to sell first, move into a rental, and then wait for your new home to be completed, which will involve moving again. This is what Taylor and I did, and actually we had to move 3 times because our lease ended before our house was completed due to building delays. So we had to move into the rental, move out of the rental, and eventually move into our home. Even though it was awful moving that much, we didn't want to do the other option, which is to stay in your current home and then try to line up the timelines and sell closer to when the new build would be done, which you could do if you're not contingent on the sale of your current home. But there is risk if you have any trouble selling. We slept better at night having the sale of our former home completed before buying our next.
Not every builder is created equal, and you don't want to unknowingly choose a bad one. There are some builders with new neighborhoods going up in amazing locations, but you couldn't pay me to have them build my next home. The materials used, the subcontractors, the specific vendors where they get their products from, all vary builder to builder, and this greatly impacts quality. You should definitely have representation with you when you decide to build a new construction home, and be sure to do your own research. If possible, ask people who have built with a particular builder, do they love their home, or would they build with that company again? If you've watched any of our other videos, you've probably heard us speak about Main Street Homes. Well, they are our favorite production builder in Richmond, and we highly recommend them. Main Street Homes is who built our personal home that we're in now, so this is a true, honest recommendation.
Ricky Bobby said it best, if you're not first, you're last. New construction is pretty much operated on a first come, first served basis, which is great if you're first, but if you're late to the game in a new community, you might not have the best lots to pick from. Usually cul-de-sac lots go first, and towards the end of the sales within any new community, the least desirable lots are typically the ones that remain.
If you're looking to avoid an HOA and want new construction, it may be possible to find some out in the more rural areas. But if you want a true neighborhood without an HOA, good luck. It won't be easy to find with new construction because almost all the new communities going up around Richmond have an HOA. And the HOA rules are usually stricter than older established neighborhoods because the developer gets to create all the rules up front without anyone getting to vote on them.
Unless you're building a custom home, at some point you should be prepared to be told no. While you have tons of different design options with most builders, the choices are not endless. These companies offer what they offer and you don't really get to go off the menu. So if you were like, I loved this particular floor plan, but I want to go move a wall or two, you might not get to. Also, there may be special features you want, but the builder might not offer it. For instance, Main Street Homes doesn't do pocket doors anymore.
The last negative about building, before we even get to the hidden expenses, is that you have greatly diminished negotiating power with the builder, especially in today's market. Sometimes there are incentives or discounts offered, but they're always at the discretion of the builder, and you don't typically get anything beyond that, whether you ask for it or not. In a limited inventory market, the new construction companies know that if you don't buy it, someone else will. So you as a buyer have very little leverage.
So this is the first hidden expense, and while it does affect your bottom line, it doesn't necessarily affect your cash out of pocket. We're talking about the lot premiums charged by the builder. So let's say you're one of the first buyers for a new neighborhood and you found the perfect lot. It's larger than the rest, or maybe it's at the end of a cul-de-sac. Either way, you love it. Well, surprise, if you think it's the best lot, then the builder probably does too. And there is going to be a lot premium on it, meaning the builder is going to add an extra fee to the price of the home because, well, they can. This isn't always the case, and sometimes there isn't a premium, but other times it can be a budget-breaking amount. Be sure to ask about any lot premiums.
And I know what you're thinking now. You just bought a house, so the biggest expense has to be behind you, right? Well, the bleeding doesn't stop there. All of the next hidden expenses will definitely add up, so be sure to have some money left over after you buy your home. We're going to start with the appliances. Something to keep in mind is that the kitchen fridge, washer, and dryer are typically not included in the appliance package offered by the builder. So you have two options here. One, you can get the appliances from the builder, but be prepared to pay a substantial markup. Or two, make sure you have leftover cash to purchase those appliances on your own after you close on your home.
You might say that you won't, but you will likely be buying furniture for your new home. Whether you're moving into a larger home and you have more rooms to furnish, or you just want to decorate your new home with new things that fit the space, you should be sure to have some money set aside to buy new items for the house.
A fenced-in backyard is a very common want or need from lots of buyers. In resale, it's entirely possible to find a home that has a fence already installed. Well, in new construction, the builder isn't going to install that fence for you, so it'll be up to you to do after closing. These can be quite expensive depending on the size of the yard and the material used.
We still aren't done. Be prepared to spend money on landscaping after you close. While you will get a very basic landscaping package from the builder, it'll be basic. Also, depending on the neighborhood, maybe you get a fully sodded yard, or maybe you just get seed and straw, which means getting grass to grow will be on your shoulders. So be sure to ask what to expect from them and budget accordingly.
If you have never built a new construction home before, this one may be a surprise to you, but builder grade paint is some of the cheapest paint ever made. I mean, honestly, if you look at the stuff the wrong way, it scuffs up. Additionally, you won't have many colors to pick from, so be prepared to paint after you close. Honestly though, this is the best time to paint because the house will be completely empty, which is what we did prior to moving our things in.
This last expense is probably the most commonly forgotten expense because it's one of those things you take for granted. New construction homes don't come with any type of window covers, such as blinds, curtain rods, or drapes. Additionally, there is probably a good chance you have a lot of windows in your new home, so this expense can add up quickly. At a minimum, have money set aside for at least a few of the major rooms right away, such as bedrooms and bathrooms, so that you're not giving the neighbors a free show.
So there you have it, 19 negative things about building new construction. Now, with all that said, we absolutely love new construction, but there's no denying that it comes at an expense. Ultimately for us, the pros outweighed the cons, but you should consider everything we mentioned in this video when deciding whether or not to build your next home. And remember, if you build a Main Street home with us, we'll cover $2,000 of your closing costs as a thank you, and we don't offer that with any other builder.
We hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, let us know by hitting that like button or leaving a comment.
We have many more great videos coming up, so you'll definitely want to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of them.
If you're thinking about moving to Richmond, be sure to hit us up. We can make your move stress-free and easy.
We also want to say a huge thank you to everyone who's reached out to us already.
We really appreciate you being here with us today, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.